Our next chapter is going to be Capítulo 2, and our first set of vocabulary is going to be about la familia. I'm trying out a new program in which I have a laser pointer, so I'll be able to point to things. So right here is showing you that the página, the page in the textbook, and we're going to go ahead and start at the top of this right here. Los miembros de la familia are the members of the family. This right here, los parientes, are the relatives. I know it looks like the word means parents, but it's actually a false cognate, meaning a word that looks like it should be the same in English and Spanish, but it doesn't mean the same thing. There are two sets of words on this page, the words above the blue line and the words below the blue line. The only reason why I separated them is because you're going to use the words above the blue line in the next slide and the words below the blue line in the slide after. So what I'd like for you to do right now is to stop the video and copy all of the rest of the vocabulary on the page. Okay, now that you have your words copied and I have my laser pointer in this particular program, I am going to touch underneath the picture of the person that is the relationship to me, say the word in Spanish, and then tell you what it means in English. The words that you copied above the blue line are the ones you're going to be using for this particular slide, and I'm going to go in order. So we're going to start off, and I'm going to touch the people underneath their picture. This is my padre, it's my dad. This is my madre, my mother. This is mi abuelo, my grandfather. Mi abuela, my grandmother. Notice that all I had to do to change grandmother to grandfather is change the O to an A. Mi tío, my uncle. Mi tía, my aunt. Mi prima, my cousin. And mi otra prima, my other cousin. Again, I didn't use the word primo because I don't have a boy cousin. I'm going to go back to me for a second because I am the next word, and hija, la hija, the daughter. If I was a son, all you would need to do is change the A to an O. I happen to also be the next word, which is an hija única, an only child. Finally, I'm going to go back and say my primas and myself would all be considered nietas, or grandchildren, granddaughters specifically, of mi abuelo and mi abuela. And if you notice, I didn't use el or la with some of them because I wasn't saying the, I was saying my, and that is why I said me. And if you want to know how to spell that really quickly, that would be M-I. This slide is going to use the words below the blue line from the first slide, and I actually wrote them out for you again. Here again are my two primas, and I have a different word above them this time, and that is hermanas, because they are my primas, but they happen to be sisters. So they are hermanas, they are sisters. They are both married, and they each have an esposo, and this would be the esposo of my one prima, and this would be the esposo of the other prima. Now, if you notice in the vocabulary, there was a word in parentheses, marido. That is another way to say husband. And if you also notice underneath esposo was the word esposa. My two cousins' relationship to their esposo, they would be an esposa. If you notice next to esposa, there was the word in parentheses, mujer. It is another word or another way to say wife. Finally, if you notice, my one cousin has a little boy. He is not her sobrino though. Sobrino is the word that is going to be used to describe him in his relationship to this prima right here because he is her nephew. Remember, an hijo is the son, or hija is a daughter. If you notice on the slide with my family, I had drawn an X between my mom and my dad because my parents are not married. My mother did remarry, and this is my padrastro. He is my stepfather. He has one son, and that son would be considered my hermanastro, or my stepbrother. Sadly, my padrastro died a few years ago. I also put madrastra in parentheses because that would be the word for stepmother. And as we have been doing with a lot of the family words, if we change the O to an A in this word, it would be your stepsister. Finally, these are las mascotas, or the pets that you could have in your family. I happen to have pets myself. Tengo una gata. I have a cat. Su nombre es Yin Yang. Her name is Yin Yang. No tengo un perro. I do not have a dog. I would also like to say mi gata Sasha se murió en el 6 de agosto. I did have another cat that unfortunately passed away not that long ago, and that's her right there. That is mi familia. I hope you have enjoyed, and thanks for watching.